Myself Devatagiri, today we will discuss the motion under the gravity in one dimension. First, what is free fall? When a body is released near the earth's surface, it is accelerated downward under the influence of gravitational force, and the acceleration due to gravity is 9.8 meter per second square near the earth's surface, and it is taken approximately as 10 meter per second square. In some numerical we use acceleration due to gravity as 10 meter per second square if it is mentioned in the question. Then the value of acceleration due to gravity near the earth's surface is constant. So the acceleration due to gravity is constant. That means all the kinematics equation for uniform accelerator motion, that is v equal to u plus at, v square minus u square 2as, s equal to ut plus half at square, all these formulas are applicable. Okay. The value of acceleration due to gravity is 10 meter per second square, approximately 10 meter per second square. So what does it mean actually? Means in 1 second the velocity changes to 10 meter per second. Suppose a body is released from a certain height above the surface of earth. The body is released means initial velocity of the body is 0. Okay. Then acceleration due to gravity 10 meter per second square is applicable here. So in 1 second the speed or the velocity increases to 10 meter per second. Then in next 1 second the velocity increases to 20 meter per second. Then in next second the velocity increases to 30 meter per second. So you see here, in downward motion, the velocity of the body increases from 0 to 10, 10 to 20, 20 to 30 in each 1 second. So velocity increases in case of downward motion. That's why acceleration due to gravity g is positive. Okay. Now suppose consider the upward motion. Suppose a body is thrown vertically upward from the earth's surface with a velocity 40 meter per second. So the gravity will act on the body. So acceleration due to gravity is suppose 10 meter per second square. Mean in 1 second the speed decreases by 10 meter per second. So here in 1 second the speed decreases to 30, and next 1 second the speed decreases to 20, and in next 1 second the speed decreases to 10, and in next 1 second the speed decreases to 0. So and the point at which the final velocity, the velocity becomes 0, is the maximum point. Okay. And from that point the body again return back to the earth surface. You see here in upward motion the velocity decreases. That's why acceleration due to gravity is taken as negative. Please note down, in downward motion the acceleration due to gravity is positive since speed increases. In upward motion the acceleration due to gravity is negative since the speed decreases. Now consider the downward motion. Suppose a body is released from a height h, then it comes to the earth surface under the influence of gravity. So initial body is released from rest or body is dropped simply. So initial velocity is 0, and final velocity we have to find out. What is the velocity with which it reaches the ground, that we have to find out. And total displacement is h. Since it is downward motion the speed increases, that's why acceleration due to gravity is plus g. So you can use the relation v square minus u square is 2as. That implies v you have to find out, minus u is 0, so u square is 2, acceleration is g, and s is h. That implies v square is 2gh, so v is 2gh square root. Okay. Now consider the upward motion. With what velocity, what initial velocity a body should be projected vertically upward so that it can reaches the height h, maximum height h. So initial velocity u we have to find out, and the maximum height means the velocity at which the point at which velocity becomes 0. So final velocity is 0. So it is an upward motion. So acceleration due to gravity is negative since speed decreases. So and s is h. So you can use the relation v square minus u square is 2as. This implies final velocity is 0, initial velocity is u. We have to find out that u square is equal to 2, acceleration due to gravity is minus a g into s is h. So that implies minus minus is cancel out. So u square is 2gh So u is 2gh square root. Okay. Now we found the following result, that in case of downward motion, the velocity with which the body reaches the surface of earth is 2gh root over, and in case of upward motion, if a body is thrown with a speed 2gh square root, then it goes to a height h. Okay. Now find the time taken to reach the surface, and here find the time taken by the body to reach the highest point. So here initial velocity u is 0, final velocity 2gh root over, and acceleration due to gravity is plus g. So we can use the relation v equal to e plus at to find the time. So final velocity is 2gh square root, and initial velocity is 0 plus acceleration due to gravity is g, and time is t. That implies t is 2gh square root divided by g, that's equal to 2h by g root over. This is the time taken by the body to reach the ground in case of downward motion. Okay. Here we have to find the time. So initial velocity u is 2gh root over, it's given 2gh root over. So final velocity v is 0, and acceleration due to gravity is minus g. So we can use the relation v equal to u plus at. So final velocity is 0, initial velocity is 2gh square root, and acceleration due to gravity is negative g, and time is t. So we have to find t. So t is 2gh square root divided by g, that's equal to 2h by g root over. Okay. So we found the following results, that if a body is thrown with a velocity 2gh square root, then it goes to a height of h, and time taken by the body to reach the maximum point is 2gh square root, and this is called the ascending time. Time to reach the maximum height is called ascending time in case of upward motion. Similarly, if a body is released from a height h, then the final velocity, or the velocity with which it reaches the surface of earth is 2gh square root, and time taken by the body to reach the surface is 2h by g root over, and this is called the descending time. You see here, ascending time is equal to the descending time. Ascending time is equal to descending time, and the upward velocity, projected velocity is 2gh root over, is same as the reaching velocity with which it reaches the surface. Okay. That we found that if a body is thrown with a speed 30 meter per second in upward direction, then it comes back to the earth surface or the ground with the same velocity 30 meter per second, and time of ascending is 3 seconds, and time of descending is also 3 seconds. Means the velocity with which the body is projected is 30 meter per second, and velocity with which it reaches the ground is also 30 meter per second. So these two are in same level. Since these two are in same level, suppose from the top of a building a body is projected with a speed of 10 meter per second, then it goes in upward direction, and finally its velocity becomes 0. The point at which the velocity becomes 0 is the highest point, and from that point the body again return back to the earth surface like this. Okay. You see here, in this level, in this same level, this speed is 10 meter per second. This is the upward speed, and at this point the velocity of the ball will also be equal to 10 meter per second in downward direction. This is 10 meter per second, and this speed will also be 10 meter per second in returning time. So suppose the ascending time is 1 second, means time to reach the maximum height is 1 second. So the descending time will also be 1 second. This is 1 second, and this also be 1 second. Okay. Please remember that we are neglecting the air resistance or air drag here. If air resistance or air drag will present, then ascending time will not be equal to the descending time, and the velocity at the at the same level will not be equal. Okay. So then go to example 1. If a body is thrown from a top of a tower with a speed of 10 meter per second vertically upward, and time taken by the body to reach the ground is 6 seconds. It is given in the question. The question is, find the height of the tower. Okay. pause the screen and try to solve yourself first. Now the body will solution, the body will follow the path like this. It goes up and reaches a point that where the velocity becomes zero, and from that point it again return back to the earth surface. Okay, this is actually one dimensional problem. This goes up and again back to the ground. This is one dimension, not 2D problem. Okay, so I'm marking it, suppose A point and this is B point, and at the this is the same level A, and this is C point, and this is the D point. So consider the motion from A to B first. Initial velocity is 19.6 and final velocity is 0, and there is the upward motion from A to B. It is the upward motion, so acceleration due to gravity is minus g, that is minus 9.8 meter per second square. So you can use the relation to find the time. You can use the relation v equal to u plus at. So v is 0, initial velocity is 19.6, acceleration due to gravity is minus 9.8, and time is t. So you have to find out time. So t is equal to 19.6 by 9.8 is equal to 2 second. Okay, is equal to 2 second. So 2 second is the ascending time to reach the highest point B from A. So what we have discussed, that at the same level the velocity will be same. Means at the point A, the velocity, upward velocity is 19.6 meter per second. So at the point C, the velocity will also be 19.6 meter per second in downward direction. Okay, and the ascending time we found that 2 second. So ascending time must be equal to the descending time. So this will be also 2 second. Okay, now consider the motion from C to D. So from C to D, this is the C point. Okay, C to D, initial velocity is 19.6 meter per second, and this is h. So we have to find out h. So displacement s equal to h, and acceleration due to gravity is plus g, since it is a downward motion from C to D, the downward motion. And you see here in the question it is given that total time from A to D during the whole journey, total time is 6 seconds. So this time is 2 seconds and this is 2 seconds. So total this time is 4 seconds. So the time required to reach the point D or the earth surface from the C point is 6 minus 2 plus C. 6 minus 2 second plus 2 second, this equal to 6 minus 4 equal to 2 second. Okay, so time is 2 second. Okay, so you can use the relation s equal to ut plus half a t square. So u is 19.6 into time t is 2 second plus half into acceleration due to gravity a is equal to plus g, that's equal to 9.8 into 9.8 into t square. T is 2, so 2 square. Okay, that's equal to 9 into 2 8 9 2 3 39.2 plus this is 4.9 and into 2 square is 4, so 4.9 into 4, that's equal to 4 19.6. So 6 plus 2 is 8, 9 and 8, so 58.8 meter. Okay, this is the height of the tower, h equal to 58.8 meter. Okay, then comes the example 2. Two balls are simultaneously thrown. One ball A is thrown vertically upward with a speed of 20 meter per second, and another ball B is thrown vertically downward with a speed of 20 meter per second from a height 40 meter from the ground. So at what point they will collide? Question is, at what point they will collide? A is thrown vertically upward and B is thrown vertically downward. At what point they will collide each other? Take value of z is 10 meter per second square. First try to solve yourself. Pause the screen and now see the solution. Suppose the two bodies collide at this point. from a distance x from the ground. So the total initial distance was 40 meter. So this distance will be 40 minus x. 40 minus x. So this is x point. Okay. Consider the motion of A in upward direction. In upward direction. So initial velocity u is for A. Initial velocity u is 20 meter per second, and acceleration due to gravity in upward motion it is negative. So minus 10 meter per second square. 10 meter per second square it is given. Okay, 10 meter per second square. G, A equal to G. So and we can use the relation S equal to ut plus half a t square. So S is x, displacement x, u is 20, so 20 into time t minus half 10 t square. That implies x equal to 20t minus 2 into 10, 5. Sorry, 2 10 by 2 is 5 t square. Okay, so we found that x equal to 20t minus 5t square. Make it equation 1. Then consider the motion of B in downward direction. In downward direction. So initial velocity is 20 meter per second. I am considering the motion of B in downward direction. So initial velocity is 20 meter per second, and acceleration is in downward acceleration is plus 10 meter per second square in since the speed increases, and displacement s is 40 minus x is the displacement here from B to x point. Okay, you see here time to reach the point x from A and time to reach the point x from B are same. Okay, the colliding time must be same. So we can use the relation S equal to ut plus half a t square. That's equal to S is 40 minus x, u is 20 t plus half into acceleration due to gravity is 10 into same t square. So that's equal to 20t plus this is 5 t square. So 40 minus x is 20t plus 5t square. Okay, I am writing here. This is make it equation 2. Add equation 1 and equation 2. Equation 1 is x equal to 20t minus 5t square, and equation 2 is 40 minus x is 20t plus 5t square. Okay, on adding equation 2, this minus x, this plus x cancel out, this plus 5t square and minus 5t square cancel out. So 40 equal to 20 plus 20, 40 into t. So t is equal to 40 by 40, that's equal to 1 second. So time colliding time or time taken by the body A to reach the x or time taken by the body B to reach the x is 1 second. Okay, now put this 1 second in equation 1 here, equation 1. So x equal to 20 into 1 minus 5 into 1 square. So 20 minus 1, so 20 minus 5, that's equal to 15 meter. That is from the ground above the 15 meter, the two body will collide. Okay, thank you.